Have you ever wondered if coffee is dehydrating you or if coffee has any health benefits? Me too. I love coffee, but for a while I was really wondering if it was having any negative effects on my health. So I did some digging, and today I'm going to share with you everything I learned. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nihel, and this is a place where you can learn the most timeless and timely nutrition and wellness advice so you can live your most vibrant life. All right, so coffee. I'm addicted, and that's okay because I found out it's not that bad for you. Really quickly, I want to add that all of the points I'll be making today are based on evidence that I read in scientific and academic journals. If you're curious to read more, please click the link in the bio where I organized all the references so that you can dig in deeper if you choose to. The major question or curiosity I had about coffee is whether or not it was dehydrating me. We all know that hydration is really important in our health and wellness, but if coffee, this thing that I loved and did every day or drank every day, was dehydrating me, maybe I needed to stop. The main research that I learned everything from was this study done in the University of Birmingham. They studied 50 men, and these men already were drinking coffee before this study. They would drink about 3 to 6 cups of coffee a day, and that was all before the study was conducted. So when the study was conducted, they split them up into 2 groups and gave one group coffee to drink and the other group water to drink. They analyzed the urine and discovered that the hydration levels were pretty much equal. There was very, very little difference between them, which is pretty crazy and shocking and exciting. And when I first heard about that, I really scratched my head. I didn't know how that could be, because I truly believe that coffee was dehydrating me. I felt my mouth to be drier after drinking coffee, and I'm sure you guys probably know what I'm talking about if you love your cup of coffee. So I did further research and discovered that this dry sensation was probably due to the tannins in coffee. So getting all nerdy here about the science, but tannins are a class of compounds that are responsible for the bitterness or astringency in a lot of things like wine or tea and coffee. So it makes sense to me why I still felt that I was being dehydrated, even though the science shows that coffee really isn't that dehydrating. That's fun. Another aspect that I was really curious about was the benefits of coffee. So coffee is based from a plant, and most plants have antioxidants and compounds that prevent cancer and things like that. So coffee does have properties that are shown to reduce the risk of cognitive decline and liver disease. But the coolest evidence I found is their link with telomeres. So telomeres are this very complicated, really wonderful and interesting component of our cells, and they deserve a whole nother video. But really quickly, they are these essentially end caps for our DNA. So if this was our DNA, or if our DNA was a curl, right? The telomeres would be little end caps to protect the DNA from unraveling. The longer our telomeres, the longer we can prevent disease and aging and all those kinds of things. So when scientists, they study people's DNAs and genetics, they found that shorter telomeres were associated with things like bone loss, aging, gray hair, Alzheimer's, things like that. So essentially, we want to keep our telomeres long. And there has been 2 studies that show a correlation between coffee consumption and longer telomeres. I quickly wanted to clarify that I'm talking about just pure coffee, black coffee, espresso, not really the coffee drinks that are full of milk and sugar. So if that's the kind of coffee you're drinking, I definitely recommend that we lower the amount of sugar. I've tried to personally stop drinking those kinds of drinks, except for every once in a while to just when I want an extra boost or something like that. And also, I'm not saying don't drink water. Please stay hydrated, drink lots of water. Remember that coffee, black coffee, is actually pretty hydrating in itself. I hope you guys learned something and that you feel better about your coffee habit or addiction or whatever you want to call it. And thumbs up if you learned something. 2 thumbs up. Give this a thumbs up if you learned something. Give this a thumbs up. Oh God. I hope you guys learned something, and if you did, please give this a like or thumbs up and subscribe again for more videos.